This person tried to forget, tried to pretend that it no longer affected them, tried to move on silently, but it didn't work. You still show up, even when everything seems fine, even when time tries to push you far away. You return in the most random thoughts, in that song that plays out of nowhere, in that feeling that creeps in uninvited. This person still dreams of you. And it's not just a figure of speech, it's literal. You appear in dreams, in emptiness, in silences. This person wanted to hate you, wanted to uproot you completely. But the more they tried to forget, the deeper you dug in. You weren't erased, you were pushed inside. To where no one can see, but where it still hurts. This person distanced themselves out of necessity, not out of indifference. They got tired of waiting for gestures that never came, suffered too much trying to be noticed, but they still feel everything, and more. They don't speak, they don't admit it. But if you showed up right now, this person would stop the world. Do you think they moved on? They didn't, they're just surviving. They still dream of the day you realize without them having to say a word, without needing to fall apart again. This person still dreams of the day you come back, not out of longing, but because they finally understood what they lost. You can pretend you don't know, you can even say you don't feel anything anymore, but deep down you realize. You notice when it gets too quiet. You notice when no one is watching. You notice when you feel a missing piece that has no name, no explanation, no destination. And you know what's even more real in all of this? You're not the only one. This person notices too, even after everything. Even after the distance, the attempts to start over, the days when it seems like life moved on. This person still feels. And what they feel doesn't have the same name anymore. It's not love like before, it's something else. Raw, quieter, more intimate. This person no longer shares it with anyone. Don't comment, don't share, don't write, but feel every day. In small, discreet, imperceptible ways to others. You still live in her, like a memory of something unfinished, like a presence that doesn't fade away. You have become part of her emotional structure, something that manifests when the world slows down, when the body rests, when the mind disarms. And it is in those moments, when the world demands nothing, when everything is silent, that the name comes, that the face appears, that the touch returns, that the longing screams. This person still dreams of you, and it's not just in a symbolic sense, it's real in vivid dreams, almost tactile. Dreams where you are there, present, alive, undeniable. Do you know what that means? It means the connection hasn't been severed, that the bond still exists, even though time has tried to dissolve it. This person tried to move on, tried not to look back, tried to tell herself, it's over. But inside, it's not over. It remains. It lingers in the details, in the way she listens to a song, in the way she breathes deeply when she remembers, in the unconscious reaction of someone checking her phone, waiting for something that never comes. This person no longer expects from you what she once did, doesn't wish for the return of what was, but she still keeps it, keeps an image, a feeling, a memory of when everything seemed possible, of when you appeared to want to stay. Have you ever gone through this? Tell me in the comments. Time hasn't erased it. It has only pushed it away, only trained the feeling to hide better. But it's still there, present, intact. This person no longer needs promises, nor explanations. She just needed you to notice how much she waited, how much she endured silently, how much she held her tongue out of love. And today, if you came back, this person wouldn't run, wouldn't explode with joy, but would allow it, would allow you to look inside, to feel everything that was left behind, to hear the silence that you ignored. This person still wants you to return, but not just anyway, not like before, not with the same rush, the same confusion, the same ego. She wants you to come back with awareness, with maturity, with presence, with truth. If this touched you, comment, I needed to hear this. This person stopped talking about you, but never stopped feeling. Even when she laughs at something new, even when she seems distracted, even when she's with someone. Because being with someone doesn't erase the absence you left. Because feeling accompanied doesn't mean she feels understood. You understood, even in silence, even in conflicts, even on difficult days. This person still misses what only you offered. Not everything, but something specific, something rare, something she still hasn't found anywhere else. Do you think she moved on? Do you think she forgot? Do you really think all of this just vanished? Do you feel it too? Or did you learn to distract yourself better? This person doesn't say, but she still dreams of the day you come back with a different awareness, not to start over, but to make amends, to look into her eyes and say, I realized too late. Or maybe you don't even need to say it. Just feel, just show, just be. This person feels you even on the days she swears she doesn't, even when she pretends she's moved on, even when she tells everyone that you are in the past. But you are not the past. You are a mark, an unresolved presence, a voice in absence. Do you think it's over? Ending is not disappearing. Ending is not stopping talking. Ending is when the heart lets go. And this person never let go. She just fell silent, withdrew, protected herself. But you are still there, in the memories, in the gestures, in the nights, in the dreams. You still live somewhere that no one else has discovered. This person still dreams of the day when everything makes sense. The day you return not to rescue but to recognize, to validate, to look and say, I know, I feel, I do too. If this makes sense to you so far, write yes down below. Because this person waited for this moment. They waited for you to grow up, to become capable of looking back without pride, to feel without fear. And now, they remain silent, but attentive. And if you come for real, present, authentic, perceptive, maybe, just maybe, they will allow it. They will let you see where they've been. They will let you feel what they never said. They will let you in, not through the door, but through the gaze. And you will notice everything. What you lost, what you wasted, what could still be. This person still dreams of you. And perhaps what's missing now is for you to realize that. This person still dreams of you, but not like before. It's not that idealized dream, filled with expectations and needs. It's no longer the desire to be complete in you that has passed. Today the dream is different, quieter, soberer, more mature. This person dreams of the day you understand what you never got. They dream of the moment you recognize, with your gaze, with your presence, with the silence. You recognize everything that was invisible while you were too busy, too distracted, too hurt to see. You don't need to come back asking for forgiveness. You don't need to arrive promising to fix everything. You just need to come with truth. Do you know what that means? It means coming with the weight of presence, with an absence of defenses, with real emotional availability. This person doesn't need declarations. They need gestures, pauses, sincerity, time. Because this person still feels you, even when they try not to. Even when they tell themselves it no longer makes sense. And you feel it too, even if you don't admit it. Even if you've learned to control, to push away, to divert. You feel it, and that's why you're here. If this text confronts you, write, I'm feeling this now. Because there is a part of you that still inhabits what you lived with this person. A part that hasn't fit into anyone else. A part that still pulses there, deep down. And no matter how hard she tried to move on, no matter how many new stories she created, there's something unfinished. That person feels the same. But she got tired of running, tired of trying to explain the obvious, tired of insisting on something that you only gave when you were about to lose it. She closed herself off, not out of pride, but out of instinct, out of dignity, out of survival. She stepped back to avoid imploding, to avoid begging, to avoid disappearing. But what she felt didn't disappear. It just hid in places where no one else dares to go. If you were to come back now genuinely, this person wouldn't run into your arms. She wouldn't smile right away. She wouldn't throw herself back into the old illusion. But she would listen. She would listen to the tone of your voice, the intention behind your silence, the energy of your body when you get close. She would notice, and you would also notice what you lost. You'd realize the time you wasted on distractions, escapes, and vanities. You'd understand how much she felt, while you only reacted. This person doesn't want halves anymore, nor generic answers, nor confusing excuses. She wants to see you fully, without haste, without noise, without rehearsals. Can you do that? Or do you still need to lose more to understand the value of what you had? If this makes you think of someone, share this text now. This person still dreams of the moment when you show up different, not in your face, nor in your voice, but in your gaze, in your gestures, in your care. This person still dreams of the lightness of a reunion where there's no need to explain so much, where feelings speak louder than any words. Because she never wanted explanations, she always wanted connection, and if there's still a part of you that pulses inside, it's because that bond still exists. Even if no one else understands, even if you yourself try to deny it, this person still dreams of you, but she doesn't wait for you. That's the difference now. She learned to live without you, but that doesn't mean she forgot, or that she's healed everything. It means she learned to respect her own pain, taking care of your own emptiness, not accepting less than you deserve. And you? What have you learned from this absence? Do you also realize what you've lost? That person still holds everything you experienced together, but now they keep it like something sacred. They won't share it with just anyone. They don't open up to any gesture. They won't expose it to just any approach. You will need to come differently, with presence, with intention, with silence, because that person can feel when love comes with complications. They can sense when the approach is just disguised neediness. They feel it when you're only seeking to numb the pain, and they won't accept that anymore. That person still dreams of you, but they've also learned to dream for themselves. And now, if you come, you will need to come with courage, with truth, with wholeness, or it will just be another absence dressed as presence. That person isn't waiting for you, but they are sensing you. They notice you, even when you try to go unnoticed, even when you disguise it with laughter, with busy schedules, with ready responses. They feel your presence crossing through the days like a living memory, like something that insists on echoing, even without sound. You think they don't see the signs. They see every tiny attempt you make to reappear without committing, every indirect phrase, every glance that slips away, every absence that weighs more than any word. That person feels when the universe changes tone. They feel when your energy brushes against theirs, even from afar. They don't need confirmation. They already know, and perhaps that's the saddest part, or the most beautiful, because while you're still trying to understand what you feel, they've already felt for both of you. You disappear and think they don't notice, but they notice. Not in the act of disappearing, but in the intention behind it. They know your silence. They've learned to read what you try to hide. And what hurts them the most is not your distance, it's your cowardice. You ran away, not because you don't feel, but because you feel too much. And they understood. That's why they never forced you to stay, never begged for your presence. She only stayed until she couldn't anymore. And now she isn't waiting. She is living, with wounds that heal slowly, with spaces that still ache, but with dignity. She doesn't want promises that break at the slightest breeze anymore. She wants real presence. She wants depth. She wants truth without embellishment, because this person has learned to perceive what hurts, what no longer serves, what comes only out of impulse, what arrives just to find relief. She won't accept being a refuge for those who only come around when it hurts. She wants to be a choice, consciousness, a path, not an escape. Have you noticed this? Have you realized that she is no longer someone you can postpone, that the time you asked for was the time she used to rediscover herself? That each absence of yours took root in her, but not as love, as maturity. She has learned to love in a different way, without sacrificing herself, without begging for crumbs, without needing to be recognized to validate her worth. And now, if you come, you will need to earn it. Earn the space she has kept in silence. Earn the listening ear she still offers. Earn the patience she has nurtured even on the emptiest days. This person still dreams of you, but not of the return of a past. She dreams of the arrival of a present, with you whole. Do you have that to give? Do you have the courage to be this version of yourself that she has always hoped for? Do you have the courage to come back without masks, without excuses, without shortcuts? Do you have the courage to look into her eyes and not look away? Because she will notice. She always notices. If you come halfway, she will feel it. If you come out of fear, she will notice. If you come out of guilt, she will know. She no longer lives in a place of need. Now she resides in clarity, and to reach her again you will need to cross your own abysses. You will need to break with everything that kept you from staying before. You will need to do things differently, because this person still has love. But not just any love. She carries a conscious love. She knows her own worth. She doesn't give in to impulse. She doesn't open up to empty promises. She dreams of the day you realize what she felt, not to demand an explanation, but so that you can acknowledge it, because every love, on some level, wants to be noticed, and hers, you never saw it fully, but you still can, if you have the courage to return, with clear eyes, with an open heart, with a defenseless soul, without urgency, without fear, without excuses, just with presence, and maybe then, she'll allow it again. But don't fool yourself. She no longer needs you. She chooses if she wants to. And that changes everything. If this touched your heart, leave a like. Comment on how you felt. Share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.